Hey guys, so today I have a unique gaming device to introduce to you guys. So this is the Infinity Game Board by Arcade1Up. So Arcade1Up is probably most well known for making 3/4 inch versions of full-size arcade cabinets. So yeah, they basically focus on making replica arcade cabinets for people who are into arcade stuff. And I was checking them out. I was looking at what other products they offered. And one of the products that they came out with is the Infinity Game Board, which is designed more for replicating board games. And I thought this idea is pretty cool. I actually have a device that's very similar that came out a decade earlier. So this is the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20. I actually did a video review on this way back 10 years ago, back in 2014. And it was one of my very first, I guess it was one of the very first tech reviews actually on my channel. That I reviewed the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20, and this computer, which is definitely not made anymore, is yeah, you can tell that it's 20 inches. It's basically a giant tablet, and it runs some custom Lenovo software that makes it run different board games and stuff like that. And really, it was trying to do what the Infinity Game Board was trying to do, but it was trying to do it like a decade earlier. So back when I bought this, I thought this was a cool idea back then as well. So I wanted to be able to play digital versions of board games like Monopoly and Catan, and I actually did that. And this device is okay at doing that. It's not like very powerful with that, but I actually used it at a few of my house parties, and a few of my friends enjoyed playing this. I was able to play like air hockey on this, Monopoly, some other games. I think my friends enjoyed playing this. It's not the most responsive computer. This only has a Core i3 processor from back in the day, so it's pretty slow. It runs Windows 8. It's a very old operating system. But yeah, I think for what it was designed to do, it actually was a pretty nifty, cool idea. I guess it never caught on because Lenovo didn't really make any sequel to this. They didn't make any updated version. So really, this is the only computer I know of that Lenovo made that tried to do something like this. They didn't really make any successors, unfortunately. But yeah, I was always looking for something that could do what the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20 could do, but with updated specs. Something that runs like faster and can run more games. Because this is this thing is slow. It definitely can like run board games and stuff like that, but it's not ideal because it's a little bit slow, not as responsive, and it only runs like a few certain games. Whereas I was looking for something, more up-to-date with the better specs that can run more board games and stuff. And that's when I came upon Infinity Game Board when I was looking at the Arcade1Up website to see what other stuff that they offered. Well, my place obviously cannot, it's a small apartment, it cannot fit any of their arcade cabinets. I did want to, have something like this that can play. I can use it at a party, basically, or just invite my friends over, and then we can all play board games without having like a whole bunch of board games stacked up on a shelf somewhere, right? I don't have space for that. I don't have space for an arcade cabinet. I don't have space for a pinball table. I don't have space for like a shelf full of board games. So this is pretty much right up my alley, since I've always been a fan of digital board games and card games and stuff like that. I actually think I tried out playing Magic the Gathering on this thing as well, and it's okay. It doesn't really run the best, but I definitely could be playing like a card game like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering on this thing too, and it sort of works. It's basically like a giant tablet. So yeah, why don't I show you guys, first let's do the unboxing of this, and then we'll do a comparison. Okay, I'll show you guys a little bit about the Idea Center Flex 20, which I have not showed in over 10 years. I think, yeah, the last time I showed this off was probably like 10 years ago. So I'll show a bit of this, and then we'll compare it to the Infinity Game Board to see how much of an upgrade or improvement this one is. By the way, the retail price of this thing is $500 US. This one is a secondhand version. As you guys can see, like, yeah, it's not new. I got this one for a bit cheaper than that. But yeah, retail price for this thing is 500 bucks. And yeah, we'll do a bit of a comparison between the two. This is an 18.5 inch touchscreen, 1920 by 1080 aspect ratio. So yeah, this is definitely higher resolution compared to the Idea Center Flex 20. Alright, first let's do the unboxing of the Arcade1Up Infinity Game Board. Let's take a look. They say they have support for, what, 50 or more different board games. So you got Monopoly, Battleship, Scrabble, Guess Who, Sorry, Life, Yahtzee, Connect 4, Clue. So you got a whole bunch of different board games on here. I think for me this is a logical way of playing board games. For me, I don't want to have a stack of, traditional board games that people play. I'm not that kind of person. I'm like a tech person, right? Everything I do has to be connected to tech. I don't want to deal with this physical stuff when I can do it digitally. I don't know. I'm kind of just... I'm not fully serious about it, but I am kind of serious about it. I mean, yes, I do enjoy playing physical board games with my friends, but I think playing a digital version of those board games would also be fun as well. And plus, I also love electronics, so why not? Check this out. Infinity Game Board, okay. It actually doesn't say Arcade1Up anywhere, does it? You would not know unless you check the bottom. Unless you check the bottom of the box, you would not know that it's actually by Arcade1Up. Okay, so here's what it has. Infinity Game Board. So it has a pretty big, yeah, so they have this pretty big piece of not cardboard, but it's just kind of like stiff paper here, I guess, that shows off what this thing is. I don't know where you put this. It's kind of like a poster. Maybe they expect this to put up on your wall or something like that, hanging up on your bedroom. Hey, I have an Infinity Game Board, guys. I don't know what they expect you to do with that thing. Okay, so you got this stuff. What is this stuff for? It looks like kind of like a stand. I'm not sure. You got two of these stands, so I'm not really sure what this is for. Okay, let's check out this. Check out the adapter here, guys. This is the adapter. So, check it out here. Okay, so this is your AC adapter for the game board. It's not going to be running off USB-C, obviously, because this thing is really big and probably needs a lot of juice. So yeah, you get this proprietary barrel adapter thing, or maybe it's not proprietary, but it's definitely like a barrel jack adapter that you might find in a laptop or something. So yeah, you gotta use this thing. Old laptop, I mean. I know newer laptops use USB-C, but yeah. So this thing probably needs a lot of juice. That's why you gotta get this traditional adapter for it. All right, let's take a look. 18.5-inch display with 1920 by 1080 resolution. So yeah, it's not quite as big as my Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20. It's not a 20-inch screen, but 18.5 inches. I think they do have a bigger version, by the way. They do sell a bigger version, but I got the smaller version. So this is how it looks like. It's not super big or anything. They do have a bigger version though. So yeah, this is how it is. It just kind of fits on the table like this. And yeah, I guess you just play board games using this thing. Your friend sits on this side, or I guess you could maybe have someone sit on this side. If you want 4 players, I guess you need like a smaller table in this one. This table's a little bit big for this thing. But if you have a smaller table, just have one person sit on each side and you can play like a 4-player game. But yeah, 18.5 inches for the smaller version. It's fine. I didn't want to get the bigger version because, I have limited space in my apartment. So I got the smaller version instead. Plus the bigger version is obviously more expensive. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Basically, it looks like a giant tablet, an 18.5-inch tablet. And we can take a look at what's on the back. Essentially, it just has an AC adapter jack on the back, and that's really about it. You can take a look on the sides here. So on the top side, there's only a USB-A port. That's it. And then nothing on the sides, but at the bottom, it has physical controls for power button and volume adjustment. And that's really it. Power button, volume adjustment, and one USB-A port. There's no micro SD or anything, so no expandable storage here. But yeah, I'm gonna plug it in, and then we'll see what it's like. Okay, I guess we'll have to do it like this. Plug it in at the bottom. They expect you to use it like this, right? With it laying flat. Yeah, with it laying flat like this, I guess. That's how I expect to be used. Okay. I don't know what these are used for. Alright, so now I have it running Magic the Gathering Arena, which is the latest Magic the Gathering online game, I guess. And it is slow, but I did get it to run. Again, this is a type of thing you can do on this device that you cannot do on the Infinity Board, because the Infinity Board does not run Windows. So this one can run any game from Steam, as long as it's able to handle it. This one can barely handle it, even though this game doesn't require too much to run. But yeah, anyways, it's a card game. That's why I wanted to check it out, and I do love Magic the Gathering. So yeah, I'm gonna do let's just do a bot match here. Practice. Let's see my decks. This are all my decks here. Yeah, keep in mind this computer only has 4 gigs of RAM and a Core i3 processor. A Core i3 processor from 2014, I should say. It's pretty slow, but it is running it barely. So let's see. I'm gonna go with let's go with just a pure white deck. Just keep it simple. Tactical Assault here. Yeah, let me play. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if it's actually going to start the match or not, but let's hope it does. Oh, it's actually starting, I think. Come on. We can do it. Oh my god. Is it frozen? Well, let's wait a bit to see if we can run it. No, I can. It's basically choking right now. I mean, Magic the Gathering Arena isn't like it's not too demanding of a game because it's a card game, but even then, it looks like it has issues running it. Because this computer is just so old. It's so old and really does not have that good specs. Even for the time, it didn't have that good specs because, yeah, 4 gigs of RAM and Core i3 even back in 2014 wasn't very good. So, yeah. I think he might have just died here. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's dead. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. Oh man. I was really hoping it could run Magic the Gathering, but no, I don't think it can run any version of Magic. I mean, maybe it could run like an older version, but I mean, Magic the Gathering Arena is the latest version of Magic, so. Oh, look, it loaded. Okay. Wow, okay, it did load. It just took a really, really long time to load. Okay, it didn't freeze up, actually. It just took a really, really long time to load. Okay, come on. Opponent choosing a mulligan. Okay. I'll keep. Jeez, who knows how long mulliganing would take on this computer. I think in my video that I did 10 years ago, it was at least running Magic 2014, right? And it ran Magic 2014 okay, so if it ran it 10 years ago, I mean, this isn't too different from Magic 2014, is it? Okay. Okay, put on the land, and what can you do here? No, it's an enchant creature. Let's put at that. Okay, looks like it actually runs. Okay, it's not like totally choking in the actual game. It just took a really, really long time to load. Oh. And yeah, we'll just put this one on enchant. Okay, let's do all attack here. There. attacker. 2 blockers. Okay, there. Okay, fine. Needs to gain some life back. Oh, this is a nice card. Play that one. Now I'm not sure if that if you can make this multiplayer in a way that the other person can play from the other side. That would be nice, but I don't know if that's possible. Because yeah, then that would actually be, you know, really good for a computer like this. Let's put this one out. And, oh, more mana. I can play that. Okay, I'll attack here. That sucks. Yeah, it's fine. Kill each other. What's this? Enchant creature. Can't attack or block. Okay. Let's put it on that one. And I'll attack. Okay. Okay, I got nothing. Oh, let's do that.
Wow, that was wicked.
Let's finish up this match soon. Alright. What's this one? Okay. Never mind. I'll attack. Yeah, he's dead.
Nice job.
Alright, so yeah, this computer does run games like this, like Magic the Gathering Arena. It just takes a really long time to load. It takes a really long time to load, but once you're in the match, it actually does run it. So, yeah, anyways, that's just a little bit of a demo of playing Magic the Gathering on this machine. So this is an example of an app that I downloaded from the Windows Store, which is Settlers of Catan, and runs reasonably well on this tablet. I actually ran this 10 years ago in my first review of this computer. So yeah, I think it runs pretty well. By the way, there's some volume buttons up here I can use to turn up the volume so you guys can hear how loud it goes. So let's see. It can go up to this loud. Yeah, so this 100 volume, and actually gets pretty decently loud. So yeah, just to show you guys, yeah, the speaker is actually okay. It gets pretty decently loud. So let's turn it back down. Okay, I'm going to continue game here. I think this is just gonna go back to the game I started before. And this is a 4-player match. I think I was playing with 4 different players here. Yeah, so this is how it works. Basically, once you lay this down, you have one player at each side of this tablet, and then each of them get their own turns. So yeah, I guess I would just go next turn here. Nope. Okay, hand over it. So I'm player one. Roll the dice. Oh, that person gets some sheep. Okay, if you guys don't know how Settlers of Catan works, it's a very popular board game, and you roll a dice and you get like the resources corresponding to the number on here of dice that you rolled. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay, that's just a handover. Okay, let's hand that over. I'm just practicing here, so it doesn't matter what I do. Please move the robber, okay. Sure, let's move the robber here. Let's put it here, I guess. Okay, my turn again. Okay, let's see. So here is my resources. Now there's an issue here, right? Obviously other people can kind of see this, and there's really no way to prevent that. I mean, you're playing. There's no way to hide that, right? You're playing a digital card game here, a digital board game. I mean, so yeah, it's really not much you can do about that. That's your resource cards. I don't have any, or development cards, I should say, for Catan. Build something. Let's see what we can build. Building development card. I can't build anything here, right? Nothing I can build. Can't even get a development card. This one, I can ask for resources, right? Give, want. So I can put like how much I want for this one. Nope. Let's see, I actually want some brick and some sheep and some rock. So maybe I'll do that. I'll give 2 wheat for that. Let's see who can respond. Let's see. How do I respond again for this? I wonder how do I respond to this. Forget how to play this on this kind of computer. Okay, but anyways guys, you see that Settlers of Catan does work on this computer. So even though the original native apps on this tablet no longer work anymore, you can always download third-party apps that possibly could work, just like this one. So yeah, this computer is still useful as long as it can run these. I know the processor is getting really long in the tooth, but yeah, as long as you can run them, you can still play games like this with your friends. So yeah, anyways, that's Settlers of Catan running on the Idea Center Flex. Alright, so now I have both the Infinity Game Board and the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20 set up right now. And I'll show you like a bit about each. So just some other specs about the Lenovo I didn't talk about before. So it has a headphone jack right here, 2 USB-A ports, charging port right here, power buttons right here, and 2 volume buttons right here. It does have a webcam. The screen is actually a 19.5 inch screen. I don't think it's exactly 20 inch, but maybe 19.5 inch. Resolution is 1600 by 900, so it's not exactly full HD. Whereas the Infinity Game Board does have a 18.4 inch display, I guess, or 18.5 inch display. That's full HD, 1920 by 1080. So the Infinity Game Board does have an advantage in resolution and pixels per inch and pixel density. But you have to keep in mind that this tablet is like over 10 years old. So this specs on this computer is pretty old. So it runs a Core i3 processor that's from the 4th generation, I believe. So that you're talking about Haswell. So this is a really old processor. So it's running a 4th generation Intel Core i3 and 4 gigs of RAM. So really not a lot of RAM and not a very good processor. So keep in mind that this computer is going to be fairly slow. However, at the time, I think it was able to run the apps that it was built in with fairly okay, I guess. There was also some accessories that you can buy for this, like you can buy like these little paddles to run to use air hockey with, and there was like a dice that you roll that integrates with some of the apps. Unfortunately, the apps don't really work well, so it's called Lenovo Aora. So if I try to run Aora, yeah, I don't think it runs very well. Another way to run Aora is actually it'll automatically try to run it once you put this down like this, it'll automatically try to bring up Aora. And Aora is the Lenovo app that runs on here that tries to basically it tries to give you like a set of different tools that you can use with this specific tablet. So you can yeah, see, this is the issue, it doesn't run anymore. So yeah, like it had a whole bunch of games and stuff that you could use, some of them being like air hockey or something, or you know, some board game stuff. But yeah, it doesn't work anymore. I remember you used to be able to like spread your photos on the screen and stuff like that. I actually have a demo of this working on my old video, so if you want to see that working, you can check out my old video that I uploaded about this computer. But yeah, it no longer works, unfortunately. And that's a huge bummer actually, because that was basically the main software for this computer. You basically lay it flat down on the table. It'll try to start up the app. So I try and lay this down. It'll try to start up this app automatically. It'll know when I'm laying it down. And yeah, and then it has a whole bunch of different apps. Like you can like put your photos on the screen. You can like play videos. It has like, you know, the air hockey stuff. It has this board game stuff that you can integrate with that dice and that air hockey little paddle thing. So yeah, it had all those apps. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. But that doesn't mean that this computer is useless, because it runs full-blown Windows. So actually it runs Windows 8.1. So this really brings me back, man. Just seeing Windows 8.1, I mean, yeah, this brings me back to 2014. So yeah, like I can go to the desktop right here. Oh yeah, of course, or it's not going to work anymore. Let's just go to yeah, let's just go to that desktop here. Anyways, yeah, there's still a lot of issues with this, but it doesn't mean that it's totally useless. I mean, you can still run any kind of Windows app on here. You can run any app that you download from the Windows Store, or you can download Steam as well. So I actually can run some stuff from Steam. I did download some card games from Steam too. And there's some other apps I downloaded, like Catan, which I'll show in a bit, Solitaire, Uno, Bejeweled is another one. I could try to run that one as well. But everything's just going to be a bit slow to run because of the speed of this. Oh man, it requires Adobe Flash. Okay, well, can I still install Adobe Flash? I'm wondering. Can I really still download Adobe Flash in 2024? That would be interesting. Okay, let's see if it downloads Adobe Flash or not. That would be interesting. Huh. What? Adobe Flash Player still exists? I'm surprised. Adobe Flash Player 18.0. I didn't know that you could still get Adobe Flash, honestly. That is surprising. Okay. Okay, it still says Adobe Flash required, so I guess I can't run this game. But yeah, you can still download games from any game from the Windows App Store or from Steam actually still works here. If it can run, that is. Let's see. Oh, there's some built-in games here. Okay, let's try Angry Birds, because Angry Birds is built in, right? Let's see if Angry Birds works here. Again, Angry Birds also brings me back to that time period too. Oh, okay, it works. Wow, okay, got Angry Birds working. So yeah, I'm not limited to just the apps on that Aura software. Of course, I can just download my own, like Angry Birds, for example. Okay, yeah, this would be Angry Birds. See, it doesn't run. So while this is loading, I'm going to show you guys what the Infinity Game Board does. So right now it's in the screensaver mode. During the screensaver mode, it just runs a whole bunch of demos and stuff like that. So once I get out of this mode, basically this is what happens. I'll give you guys a closer look on here. Okay. All right, so first of all, this is overall a smaller tablet than Lenovo is, because it's 18.5 inch, this one's like 19.5 inch. But yeah, basically how this works is that 50 free games that it was talking about is like the free games. So you can download 50 games for free on here. So first of all, this screen is going to be overall smaller than the Lenovo's, because it's like 1 inch smaller. But yeah, I have to hold this in place because it's not really meant to be propped up like this. It's meant to be put down flat. Otherwise, it's going to tilt over. But yeah, basically the advertising for this tablet was that it came with 50 games. So that's kind of true. Like, it comes with 50 games for free that you can download. So not all of these games are going to be really good. So there's only going to be some that I was interested in. But a lot of these 50 games are just, yeah, they're very, very basic games. So yeah, I mean, you got stuff like, let's see what I got. So I got Backgammon, Solitaire, Battleship, Checkers, Chess, Chutes and Ladders, Clue, Connect 4, Hockey, Life, Guess Who, Hippos, Mahjong, Monopoly, Operation Othello, Scrabble, Simon Sorry, Spider Solitaire, Sudoku, Trivial Pursuit, Trouble, Whack-A-Mole, Yahtzee. So those are the ones I got. Yeah, basically what Arcade1Up does is that they give you this 50 free games that you could choose to download. And then all the other ones, you go to the game store. If you want to pay for them, then that's where you go to the paid ones. So if you want to get like other games that are not part of the free ones, then you had to pay for it. Like Texas Hold'em, you got to pay for that. This piano app, you got to pay for that. Even this calculator app, you got to pay for that, which is unfortunate because some of these, like, yeah, I mean, there's basically a bunch of microtransactions on here, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, I guess this is how they make money. I know they got to make money somehow, but come on, like air hockey, you got to pay for that. Like pool, I would love to play pool, right, on this thing. Nope, you got to pay for that too. Yeah, just a lot of these other apps you got to pay for. Wheel of Fortune, you got to pay for that. Yep. Even crossword puzzle, you got to pay for that. $4. Yeah, I'm good. So these are just equivalent to like a smartphone app or smartphone games. Yeah, so all these are basically like smartphone games. Yeah, I guess we can check some out. I was playing Mahjong. Now this is not real Mahjong, this is like the gimped version of Mahjong, which means it's just tile matching, it's not the real Chinese Mahjong, unfortunately. Let's go with medium here. Okay, so this is what it would be like. Let's actually push up the volume a little bit more on this. So it gets okay loud, decently loud. It doesn't get quite as loud as Lenovo, but it gets close. So yeah, definitely you can get decently loud on this thing. But yeah, you can play like stuff like this, match tiles. This is very boring Mahjong. I don't know why this Mahjong is existing, but like there's better versions of Mahjong, right? Like the actual version, the actual Mahjong that Chinese people play, not this tile matching version. I don't know who created this tile matching version, but I don't like it. Yeah. It's using the same pieces as the real Mahjong though, but it's actually the tile matching one. So, anyways, yeah, this is a pretty simple one to play. Yeah, I don't really play this version very often. So, anyways, how do you get back? You got to go to dashboard. You press dashboard and you get back to this screen again. So we can play something else. We can play chess. Good old chess. Okay, let's wait for it to start up. These are basically all like smartphone games or mobile games that are just kind of modified for this thing. Yeah, they're basically custom versions of smartphone games. I guess I'll be white, and then the other person can be black. I think I'll make them be a computer. If you can have them be the other person, and then the other person will just sit across from you and play that side. Okay, so I'll make a move here. Let's see. I'm not playing seriously anyways, whatever. Oh, you castled, huh? Okay, do that. Let's go here. Let's open that up. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, I can't do that. Oh, okay. Touché. He's just killing me. No, I'm dead. Anyways, that's a bit of chess here. Yeah, I'm dead. Let's go back to dashboard. Alright. So, yeah, there's that one. I guess we can try to play Scrabble. Okay, start. This is up to 4 players, right? Let's just do 2 players. Okay, let's see. Oh, where do I go from here? Oh, here we go. This is my characters. Of course, there's no way to completely hide this from the other player, because, yeah, they're gonna see it no matter what. It's the same screen, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, somebody's got to start in the middle, right? Or actually, who's starting? Oh, this person's starting. I see. Pass first. There we go. Yeah, I was like, no wonder. Like it's in. It was wrongly oriented. So let's do use different letters, right? So let's start with Y here. What do here? Yeah, I'll do this. Just simple stuff. And then he'll go and let's see, other person will be sitting on this side, of course. And let's see what we can make here. Okay, we can do this. There we go. Done. Let's see what other letters I got now. I can't really think of much right now. Yeah, just go with this. Really can't think of much. E-I-E-I-O. O-U-E. Wow, all vowels? I have all vowels? Okay. Well, that's gonna be hard. I'll have all vowels here. Okay. Anyways, that's some Scrabble. It's another example of a game you can play on here for free. But yeah, I think overall the difference between these two is, yeah, the Lenovo can play basically any Windows program or any Windows game as long as it can run it. It's got an old processor, of course, whereas the Infinity one, the Infinity board can only run a certain amount of games. That's the ones that's made for it. It's not as open. You can't just run any app on it. You can only run the ones that that you buy or just came with that's free. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I think the difference between the two. This one still can't load Angry Birds. So I think there's pros and cons to each. Honestly, I really wish that Lenovo would make a new version of the Idea Center Flex 20 because I think this is actually a very nice thing to have. It's just that it's old, so it's slow, so it cannot run most modern like apps and stuff like that because it's too slow. If Lenovo just made a new version of the Flex, then yeah, they just update it with a newer processor, more RAM, and then it can run pretty much, you know, most of the Windows apps then. So if only they would make a new version. So the issue with this one, with the Idea Center Flex 20, is that it's too old. That's really the main issue. So it's too old, so it cannot run, it actually can't really run Windows 10 or Windows 11 because it's too old. And therefore it cannot really run many modern apps either. But if you do have some older stuff, like from the Windows Store or from Steam that you can put on here, then yeah, you can actually run those and it might actually work. Whereas with the Infinity board, it runs a little bit better because it's more optimized. However, it can only run the games and apps that you install on it from that marketplace, basically. You cannot really install any Windows app like you can on the Lenovo. So this one doesn't have, it's more of like a closed box thing, right? This one is really a Windows computer. So this one can run anything that it can run on those specs. But this one, yeah, you have to run only the games from the marketplace that it gives you. So really, yeah, it really depends, like, okay, do I like the games that Arcade1Up provides me on this device? I mean, it has a decent amount, but yeah, do I really like the games that they give me on here? Because I think it's not likely I'll get much more, and really you're stuck with whatever they give you on here. But it will work, right? So you're stuck with whatever Arcade1Up gives you on the Infinity board, but it will work. Whereas from the Lenovo, you can run basically anything that's on with Windows and can run on this computer, but it's slow, so it might not be able to run it. So really, that's the issue here. I think, yeah, for me, I think the perfect one would be if Lenovo just made a newer version of the Idea Center Flex 20, then it could run, you know, most modern apps, and you get this bigger size display. And I think that custom software honestly was good. That Aura software, too bad I can't show you guys, but it was actually pretty good. It was just limited by the specs of this computer. That was it. The performance was limited because of that. But yeah, if Lenovo just updated the specs on this computer, and it would be good. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I think if Lenovo updated the Idea Center Flex 20 to a newer processor and more RAM, then it would be perfect. But as of now, they have not released anything close to this yet. They haven't released any kind of successor device. So this is really just kind of a unique thing that Lenovo did. I don't think they're going to make another one, unfortunately. So as of right now, you can't really run too much stuff on this one because it's old. And the Infinity board is just stuck with whatever games you get on that marketplace. So yeah, both of these have pros and cons, I think. Not really sure which one is the best, but I will say, like, for now, I think for most people, the Infinity board will probably be the way to go because it's easier to use. Nobody wants to deal with a 10-year-old device that can barely run stuff right now. So I think the Infinity board will probably be the one that most people will go for right now. If you just want to have something to play board games with right now, the Infinity board is the way to go because it can actually run those things. I mean, you're stuck with whatever games you get, but hey, at least it can run it pretty well. whereas with the Idea Center Flex 20, it's too old, so it can't. You got to really do some trial and error, basically. Like Catan and Magic, like even Magic took a long time to load, right? Hearthstone, I haven't tried it yet because honestly, I got to download a new Battle.net client to run Hearthstone, and that's going to take forever. So, yeah, I'm really limited the amount of stuff I can run on this computer. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I think ideally, Lenovo should update this one to a newer version, but I don't think they're going to release a successor to this device. So that's it, guys. That's my little review of the Arcade1Up Infinity Board versus the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20. Overall, the Infinity Board is nice. I just wish it didn't have like that limitation of you can only install the apps that they give you and you got to pay for a lot of those. Whereas with the Flex, yeah, it's just too old. I really wish they would make a new version. So yeah, it's unfortunate. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you stick with the Lenovo Idea Center Flex 20? That's 10 years old. Can't really run most modern apps, but you can install whatever you want on it. Or would you go for the Arcade1Up Infinity Board that can run all the games on it pretty well, but you're stuck and limited with the amount of games that they give you or that you buy from their store. So yeah, let me know which one you guys would get. Comment section below. I think they originally, the Flex cost around the same price as this anyways. It was around, both of these were around $500 US MSRP. So yeah, let me know which one you guys would get. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for future videos. If you want to see more, if you want to see me review more of these quirky devices, let me know. And oh yeah, one other thing that you guys should know as a consideration is that at least since this Lenovo one runs full-blown Windows, you can run other stuff on it, not just games, but you can run like VLC, like video players or media players. You can run Skype. You can run, I'm not sure if it can run Zoom, but it can run basically any Windows app that it has the ability to run. As long as, you know, it's able to run the app using those specs, then it can try to run it. So the fact that it has a webcam actually means that I actually used it at one time for video calling and stuff like that on Skype. So it does come in handy for stuff that you would do other computer stuff with. Whereas with the Infinity Board, you're pretty much just stuck with games. So this one can do more than just play games. You can actually, you know, just watch videos, browse the web, or do like, you know, video calls and stuff like that. You can do other things on this device since it's a full-blown computer. Whereas with the game board, yep, it only runs games. So that's another thing to consider. Although, like I said, this one no longer runs most of the apps because it's too slow. So it's again limited by that.